Suppose you have an image, but if the user clicks on different places in the same image, you want to redirect to different hyperlinks. In these cases, you will use map tag in HTML. For example, here is one image, and if you click on anywhere in this laptop, you will be redirected to one URL where you will Google search for computer. And if you click on anywhere in the phone, you will redirect to another URL where you will search for phone. And in the same way, if you click on anywhere in the coffee, you will be redirected to another URL like this. So each time the URL gets changed here. You will pass different values to the Google search by using query parameter of Google URL. So how is that possible? How do you create different spots or different areas within the same image? It is possible by using map tag in HTML. So the HTML map tag is also called as image map, which is used to create different spots or different areas within the same image. And these areas are of two types mainly, that is rectangular shape as well as circle shape. In case of rectangular shape, you have to specify x1, y1, x2 and y2 values based on which the rectangular shaped area will be created, so that when the user clicks on that rectangular shape of area, the specified URL gets opened just like a hyperlink. Here, x1, y1 indicates the top left corner of your rectangle, and x2, y2 indicates the bottom right corner of your rectangle. For example, this is your complete image, and you would like to highlight this particular rectangular area. So, the x1, y1 indicates the top left point of the rectangle within the same image, and x2, y2 indicates the ending point, that is bottom right corner of your image. So this number of pixels is x1 and this number of pixels is y1. In the same way, this number of pixels is called as x2. This number of pixels is called as y2. Approximately, for example, you can assume this as 150 pixels, and this may be, for example, 50 pixels. And this can be assumed as, for example, 250 pixels. And this can be, for example, 200 pixels. So x1, y1 indicates the top left corner. x2, y2 indicates the bottom right corner of your rectangle. So if the user clicks on anywhere within this rectangular area, the specified URL gets redirected. And in the same way, you can also create circular areas or circular spots in your image. For example, this is your image, and you would like to identify this particular area as a clickable spot. So in this case, you have to specify the center point of the circle as x and y, and also specify the radius value of the circle by using the third value, that is radius. So x, y indicates the center point of the circle, radius indicates the radius of the circle, so that when the user clicks on anywhere within this circular area, the specified URL gets opened. And this is the map that you create, but this map tag describes only the clickable areas in the form of x and y coordinates, but doesn't render any image on its own. Whereas you have to apply a logical name for this map by using name attribute. For example, you can name it as ABC, and in the img tag you have to reference the same by using useMap attribute. Here hash followed by name of the map should be mentioned, for example ABC. In that way, the map is being connected to the img tag so that based on the image, the areas gets highlighted, and based on the clicked position of the area, the corresponding URL gets opened, just like hyperlink. It almost works equivalent to hyperlink tag, that is anchor tag of HTML. So let us understand this rectangular as well as circular areas in the map tag in HTML. So let me take another div tag. And also in the equivalent web images folder, we have a file called workplace.jpg, inside which I would like to highlight this area as a rectangular area, and this is another rectangular area, and this is your circular area. So let us try the same. First let us use img tag, that is images/workplace.jpg, and optionally set width and height for the same. For example, it is 300 pixels. Of course, height will be taken as per the ratio automatically. So this is your image. And now you have to identify the x and y coordinates to identify the circular or rectangular areas. In order to do so, let's open the same in MS Paint. I would like to identify the x1, y1 of the laptop. So if I place the mouse pointer on the top left corner of the laptop, it shows the coordinates as 34, 44. And in the same way, the bottom right corner of the same laptop is 270 and 350. And x1, y1 of the phone is 290 and 172. And x2, y2 are 333 and 250. In the same way, x and y coordinates of the coffee image is 337 and 300. That indicates the center point of the coffee image. And radius value is 44. So based on these coordinates, let's write the map tag. So in the map tag, we have to add one or more areas. For example, I would like to create an area for laptop image. So the shape of the area is rectangular shape. So shape is rect. And coords, that means coordinates, equal to x1, y1, that is 34 and 44. And x2, y2 are 270 and 350. And also specify the URL which must be opened when the user clicks on the particular area. Here I am writing the URL of the Google. You can really write any other URL whatever you wish. It can be of any website. So if the user clicks on that particular area, it must open the specified URL automatically. So I just try to click on any one of this area. It doesn't open directly. It's because we have just created the map, but we have not connected the same to the img tag. So let's specify some reference name by using name attribute of the map tag. For example, I can give a name like work map. This is not a predefined name. You can give any name instead. And in the img tag, you have to specify use map equal to specified name, that is work map. Now let's check the same. So click anywhere on the laptop image. Then you will be redirected to the URL called google.com/search question mark query equal to computer. And let's create another area that is for the phone. So for this area, x1, y1 are 290, 172 and x2, y2 are 333, 250. I got to know about these values by checking the image in any one of the image editing tool and specify the URL as query equal to phone. And now when the user clicks on anywhere on the phone, you will be navigated to google.com/search query equal to phone. And if the user clicks on anywhere in the laptop, you will be redirected to query equal to computer. And now lastly, let's create the area for the coffee image. So we have another area tag where the shape equal to circle and specify x and y values as 337 and 300, that is x and y respectively. And also the radius value is 44. And changing the URL as query equal to coffee. At your practice time, you can use any other website link instead of this. So let's check it. Now click anywhere in the coffee image. You will navigate to another URL called google.com/search query equal to coffee. For another example, imagine a map of a country. If the user clicks on a specific state or city, that particular URL gets opened. You can create this kind of user interfaces by using the map tag in HTML5. So all you need to do is that collect a particular image, identify different spots or areas within the same image, and also identify the corresponding x and y coordinates by using any other image editing tool. You can use your Photoshop or MS Paint to do the same and specify the same accordingly by using rect or circle areas so that when the user clicks on a specific area, the corresponding URL gets opened. This is how to create image map in HTML.